since we are in Detroit, and Brittany set it up very nicely about the fact that this multi-stop tour is now here, and thinking about in this context, these topics, these areas of infrastructure, what are the implications for this city, this community, and the challenges that exist? And Kerry, I'd like to draw on your experiences of working in the city on these issues. What are your thoughts on priorities, opportunities that exist in terms of addressing infrastructure gaps in Detroit?
Great. Well, I guess I already said what I used to do, so that's not a secret. I spent a lot of time, I came from the U.S. Department of Energy to Detroit on behalf of Secretary Moniz and then the former vice president, at the request of the city and through a program that we're running to take a look at infrastructure-wide. So I worked on the LED streetlight conversion, the urban solar park at O'Shea Park, and I was just getting into mobility when we all got, we finished our job. So looking at Detroit today, for me, the frame I have is about, honestly, site selection and competitiveness for this city and this region. So I don't take any of the individual infrastructure problems alone. They're all connected. Energy, water, transportation systems, accessibility, they're all interrelated, and the built environment. We have a lot of challenges. Finance is certainly one of them. There are regulatory and policy roadblocks to residential upgrades, for example, that we need to overcome. But for me, I look at it from a lens of, climate impacts. This country faces billion-dollar disasters every year. That's not going to stop. So how does Detroit position itself, indeed leapfrog into the state of the art, using the great minds that we have in this room and at our universities? The strength of the URC is something that should not be taken lightly, but it's not sufficient. We need to bring in other regional partners, our national laboratories, for example. And then, frankly, this is an opportunity to create a virtuous cycle. We talk about competitiveness. You want your alumni to come back and live and work and play in these communities. I did that. I chose to come back, but not everyone does. So I would just ask that this brain trust continue to grow, that this table that Brittany and the team has put together be steadfast and continue, because that's frankly how we did the work. When I was in service, we created a table, brought every relevant agency to the table over 6.5 years. I'm very proud of the work we did, but it's persistent, painful, and you have to bring new partners to the table. Sorry, I will give the mic back now.